That's football. Are we even live? Hello, everybody, and welcome to That's Football. It's the Mark Goldbridge That's Football show, and we are live for Liverpool against Tottenham. At Tottenham, they should get precedence, really. Don't know why I didn't give it them, but we are live. I'm just messing around with a bit of colour here because it's getting on my bloody nerves today, to be honest with you. Had loads of computer problems. You won't care. Why would you? We'll go with that. I can't be bothered. I actually can't be bothered anymore. I'm so fed up of it. Of all the days for it to start doing this. But we are just about to kick off. I will get the timer up and running as well. Liverpool against Tottenham then. Can Mourinho inflict the first loss
there are so many things you should do
Klopp's
to succeed at
Premier
SEO.
League season? I think not. I think not. I don't think that he can do that.
Research.
But, we'll see.
Keyword
we'll see.
research. Link building. Rank tracking. On-page optimization.
Get rid of that there. Get my live comments working. Can't wait for Ricky's fan cam. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Get rid of you. I personally think my computer's just breaking down. It's been a good loyal servant, but I think it's just reaching the end of its life, to be honest with you, because it's going to be out before Ollie. The game has kicked off, by the way. I'm just going to start it for you now on the timer. We need to be at 45 seconds. Then we'll do the team news. Quick changeover, of course, because I was doing United, of course, Manchester United's game, which ended with a comfortable win over Norwich. But a real test today. Manchester United. Come on, Liverpool. Smash the scum. Also, mate, why do you keep praising Spurs? I don't praise Spurs, Zane. I don't praise them at all. Lots to get through. We'll be talking about Bruno Fernandes a little bit because I think it also does leak in. But Eriksen's taking the corner here. He does beat the first man, and it was a decent corner that time. And it's going to get cleared here by Liverpool. But I'm interested to see how this game's going to go. I'm interested to see how this game's going to go tonight. Liverpool are probably going to be streets ahead. But has Mourinho got any tactics? A lovely ball into Firmino here. He turns. It's going to be 1-0. What a block! To post! Oh my life. I don't know how Liverpool are not ahead there. Firmino shoots. Cleared off the line. And then they hit the post with Oxlade-Chamberlain. It should be 1-0. Lovely little bit of play from Liverpool. That's the threat on the break, 100%, and they've nearly scored there. As a gooner, I need Liverpool to lose at least one, says Eriksson. Who do you support? Who do you support if you're an Arsenal fan? Do you want that Invincibles trophy done, or do you want Spurs to lose? But Liverpool look rampant on the break. I think it's going to be look, this is just, unfortunately, for the rest of the Premier League, it's not a joke where Liverpool are. It's not luck where Liverpool are. They're there because they're a bloody good team, and they should be 1-0 up all over Spurs there, and they're on the attack again. Spurs shot winning coming, says Ubichus Marmalade. Show us the football, please, says Ritesh. We'd like to. We won't. It's illegal to do it on here. But Spurs are going to have to work very hard in this game. No Harry Kane as well, which is a big blow for them. Liverpool on fire. Where's the eye? I'm live. Okay. Right, I can start to settle in a little bit now. Got my tweets out. We're live. Shambone. Maybe a Tottenham striker would help our Bruno cause, says Charlie Welsh. Josie's getting sacked in the morning, says Gaz Elliott. I think Jose will get to stay for a while. I'm just having a look if we've had any Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's quotes yet. I don't think they're coming through. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on that. I'm sure he will say something soon. He's bigging up Rashford. Yeah, okay. Spurs on the attack here at the moment, and a good shot there from Lucas Moura, just wide. Keeper didn't quite move. Right, let me give you the teams so far for Liverpool and Spurs. Fast start. So you've got Gazzaniga, Tanganga, Alderweireld, Sanchez and Rose as the back four. Then you've got Winks, Eriksen, Aurier, Ali, Son and Lucas Moura. So well-known players. No Harry Kane, of course. Liverpool, Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Ox, Henderson, Wijnaldum, Salah, Firmino, Mane. Very, very, very strong lineup for Liverpool, as you would expect in a game of this magnitude. Can I just get back to me live comments, please? Stop passing about. So yeah, we're settling in for a good game, I think, here. Good game. Fast game as well. Not only are we going to miss Kane's goals, but his passing in the final third is something I can't see Ali producing, says BGG. Well, it looks like Spurs are playing some sort of 5-2-2, and that doesn't even work. But Lucas Moura is playing through the middle with Son to his left, Dele Alli and Eriksen behind them, and then I suppose Harry Winks just sits, doesn't he? But I think it's like a 5-2-1-2. Yeah, it is. It's like a 5-2-1-2. Eriksen's next to Winks. Dele Alli is sort of in between Son and Lucas Moura. It's a weird one. It's a weird one from Spurs. Doesn't mean it won't work. It's just it's a weird one to get your head round. I don't like three at the back as well. I remember Mourinho playing three at the back at United, and it never really seemed to work. But Son's on the attack here. He's going to shoot, isn't he? Oof, hit it quite well. There's breaks to be had. For the old Spurs. And it was Son here running at the back four. Cuts inside. Very wide shot though. 5-3-2 Mark, says Zero Blade. 5-4-1 says Manchester United. Please do share the video if you're watching. You can do that underneath the screen on the share button. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's take a look at what we're aiming for tonight on the show. I think we can get to 112,000. That's what I think. Bob. Free kick to Liverpool here.
Hi Mark, funny thing happened outside the stadium. We were doing a fan camp. Adam was doing his actually, and obviously these guys gathered around us and stuff and were singing songs and having a go at us, and they fully made a song about you. Can you imagine that? They fully made a song about you, and I was like, bro, you guys have time, you know. But yeah, man, obviously these guys are always outside and giving us shit and stuff, but this time there were barriers made for us and stuff, so nothing major happened.
Apparently United fans have got a song for me. Bloody, I'm honoured. I'm absolutely honoured. I'm sure that'll be a meme at some point. Liverpool with the free kick. Eriksen will clear. Bruno Fernandes updates. We haven't got one at the moment. We're keeping our eye out for one, but we haven't got one at the moment. It's a good start to this game. It's a good start to this game. I don't know why I keep repeating myself, but it is. It's been a good, fast start this first 10 minutes, and that's impressive as far as I'm concerned. We are 150 subscribers away from 112,000. So please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and keep sharing the video. I think Bruno Fernandes, as somebody's just saying, why would Bruno Fernandes improve Manchester United? And for me, it's very, very simple why he would improve Manchester United, because he would bring some much needed creativity. That's what Manchester United need at the end of the day. Can't believe Southampton won after losing 9-0, says Josh. Did they win? I thought it was 2-2. But that's a bloody good result. They were probably so pumped, like we've got to get something out of this game. That's a big win for them then. Let me just double check I've not been bluffed here, because I thought it was 2-2. That's a big win for them. I just wonder if tonight we might be on the cusp of something. Could Spurs pull off Liverpool? That's disgusting. I don't mean... Yeah, they did. We won 2-1. Everton won 1-0. Wolves 1-1 with Newcastle. Chelsea won 3-0, which we know. And Arsenal dropped points. 6 points behind Manchester United. Now in that race for the Banter Cup. Can United get top 4? I don't know. I mean, we're 5 points behind Chelsea. You'd expect Chelsea to win at home to Burnley, but they have struggled a little bit in those sort of games of late. So I think that's a really good result for Burnley, if I'm honest with you. It is a good result for them, and I like the fact that Chelsea responding in a fashion that gives them that 5-point lead over United. The trouble is, I think Chelsea go to Newcastle next week. We go to Liverpool. We won't probably get anything against Liverpool, so Chelsea could open up a bigger than 5-point gap, and I think if they do that, it makes it difficult for us. Cross coming in from Liverpool there. But we've got a chance. We've always got a chance. But I think the points that we've dropped this season, we'd be somewhat lucky to get top 4 anyway. But you never know. Spurs have settled. Definitely settled a little bit in this game now. I think that opening could have been a very good opening for Liverpool. Son, he's in. Can he get a shot off? Oh, over the bar. Over the bar. Oh, it's Dele Alli, actually. I think they might want a bit of a foul, but they're not going to get one, I don't think. There might be a handball as well. Good bit of play from Spurs there, but refs pulled it back. So 12 minutes gone. Liverpool looking decent. See if we've got any Ollie news yet. I'm multitasking here. I'm worried that Bruno Fernandes could be an option for Spurs. I'm worried that the Bruno Fernandes thing could be fall through. And no, we're not getting anything through at the moment. But Liverpool on the attack here. Multitasking Goldbridge at the moment. Multitasking. Let's have a look what some of you lot have got to say. You didn't do ratings for Greenwood, James and Gomez, is it? But no, I don't always do bench players, to be honest with you. Tangana is better than Wan-Bissaka, says Darth Maul. Yeah, you keep believing that. You keep believing it. Would love to see Son at United, says Kieran Maskell. I think he's a fantastic player, yeah. Right, Simon Stone's apparently put a tweet out, so let's have a look at him. It's got to be one of them days. evenings tonight, so just bear with us. There's lots of news coming in around Spurs and United. There's nothing from Simon Stone you get. I love it when people say, Simon Stone, check his tweets. Check his tweets. He's not tweeted anything in the last 3 hours. You sods. You sods. I'm not falling for that again. Imagine Sky's cameras cut to Bruno Fernandes sat in a Spurs end, says Richard Booth. Well, I think he's going to be playing for Sporting Lisbon tonight, which is actually one of the things. Hawkshead says they might have briefed the media not to ask Ollie about transfers. To be honest with you, I think if Solskjaer is asked about Bruno Fernandes, he will just say, "I don't talk about players of other clubs," especially when he's playing for Sporting Lisbon tonight. Why would Bruno Fernandes sign for you, says Max Thompson. I don't know who you support, Max, so I can't actually give you anything back. Cross coming in from Liverpool there. Nothing becomes of it. So, 15 minutes gone. I think Mourinho would be over the moon and the joy if he was able to get a point today. It'd be absolutely over moon. But it's only words, and words are all I have. To take my heart away. But no, it would be. But I think it would be a massive thing if somebody can beat Liverpool. They're going to win the league. They're going to win the league, Liverpool fans. You know, you are going to win the league. But I think that the thing at the moment is, can anybody stop Liverpool being invincible? Because I remember the Arsenal Invincibles, and they're definitely not one of the best Premier League sides ever. They were good, but they're not one of the best Premier League sides ever. They drew 12 games. To be honest, that Arsenal team, a lot of it just became about not losing games. They drew 12. What a cross again. It's TAA. It's Trent with the cross, I think. I don't know whether it was actually. It might have been Chamberlain. But it was a good cross, and it was headed clear well by Spurs. But Liverpool showing their quality, as you would expect. Mark, who do we get next if and when we sign Bruno, says Eddie J. I don't know that United will go in for anybody else, to be honest. If Bruno comes to United, who'll be your favourite player? Wow, he'll be one of my favourites. I don't know whether I can just give up on Martial just like that. And Dylan says, the way the game's gone, if Spurs can keep defending well, they are finding pockets of space on the break. And it's a very different approach from Mane. Shot, Spurs get rid. It's a very different approach from Spurs, considering they're the home team, to how they played at Old Trafford. I thought they played quite on the attack at Old Trafford, and I think tonight they are getting plenty of men behind the ball, and they're looking to catch Liverpool on the break. Nothing from Ollie's press conference yet. Nothing yet. He probably hasn't done it yet, to be fair. He'd probably be doing it around this sort of time. Cross coming in there. Now, Spurs chance to counter a break here with Son. Driving run through the gap. Oh, good tackle by Henderson. Looking for Mane. Good clear. I tell you what, it's a good pace to this game. Good pace to it. And I think that it's an intriguing one to watch. If I was... I'd be a little bit worried if I was a Spurs fan, because I just think if Liverpool get the first goal, it's going to be very hard for Spurs to do anything. I think Spurs need to get the first goal in this game and just hit him on the break. God, what the hell is wrong with this bloody computer today? Not even joking. It's absolutely terrible. I'm binning it after this stream, I tell you. No messing about. I'm binning it. Corner to Liverpool. They've gone with a short one. Trent's lovely cross. Oh, it's majestic, but it's cleared by Spurs. Well cleared by Spurs. Into Salah in the blocks. Strong defending by Davinson Sanchez. And I'd say Liverpool are shading it at the moment, but Spurs would be very happy with the way that they're defending. And why would they not be? Mark, check United report Twitter. Ollie is furious with Pereira. Let's have a look at that one. Why would he be furious with Pereira? What has he done? What have I done, Ollie? You don't get angry with anybody. Solskjaer on the anti-Glazer Woodward chanting today. I don't know if it got through to the players, but I noticed it. As a club, we've got to stick together. He wasn't happy with Pereira at half-time. Yeah, I've seen that. Well, at least Ollie's acknowledging that the Glazers out thing's going on. But anyway, Liverpool are on the attack here. Andy Robertson driving forward down the left-hand side. Tried to go for the cross when he probably should have given it to Mane. Liverpool looking to use that speed on the break. Oh, and a corner for Liverpool now. I feel that Liverpool is just getting closer and closer to getting a goal. If Ollie gets sacked, who should we get? Says the trick shots. If Ollie gets sacked, it's going to have to be Poch, isn't it? Liverpool players look really big and fit. Look at Trent Alexander-Arnold compared to Shaw, says Rafe. Look, Liverpool are in their prime, aren't they? They're in the box seat. They're in their absolute. Salah, watch out. Salah's about. Henderson back post. This is going to be 1-0. Cracking save. Gazzaniga. Van Dijk should have scored. Henderson dinks it to the back post. He's literally yards away. He probably should score, Van Dijk, and it's straight at Gazzaniga on the break. And now there is a break here. Pace. Son. That's a foul, ref. You've got to give it. It's got to be a yellow card. It's got to book him. Gomez on Son. Would you start TAA and Hendo at the Euros, says Brian. I think they both picked themselves. I think Henderson deserves to get picked as well. But foul. It was a foul by Gomez there. Son was quicker to the ball. Gomez committing the tackle. Definitely a yellow card. You can't argue with that. Good save by Gazzaniga though. They should have scored. Nice ball in by Henderson. I think Van Dijk might have been offside actually by the hand if that had gone and been reflected on. But a chance for Spurs now to knock a cross in. Nothing comes of the cross, and Dele Alli's got it over in the corner. Corner. Eriksen doesn't normally always beat the first man. He did with his first corner. Let's see what he can do with his second. He definitely has that time. It's a decent cross, but it's right on Van Dijk's head. Eriksen looking for a move to Inter Milan, remember. Nice little ball that. Into the box, taken down, and cleared by Liverpool. So 25 minutes gone. It's flown by, hasn't it? It's flown by. It's been a good half. Liverpool dominating, says Brian Clever. But Spurs, to me, look a little bit dangerous on the break. I've got to be honest with you. Oh, we've had a super chat there. Sorry, don't want to miss this one. It's from Ricardo Mitchell. He says, I think we were right to sack Poch, but don't feel Mourinho is the right man. Counter-attack and overly defensive for big teams is boring football. Welcome to the world of Manchester United, mate. I mean, that's literally how we get it. That's what we get at Manchester United. We get counter-attacking football. Unless you're playing someone like today, who are just so bad you can dominate them. But yeah, we play that as well. And I know what you mean. It's a hard watch because you're concentrated on your defending all the time and there's not a lot of attacking, and basically fans want to be entertained. It's not an arrogance. You know, I've heard this said about West Ham a lot. It's not an arrogance. You just want to be entertained. And I think Spurs fans have that tradition, much the same as, well, not the same as Manchester United, but they definitely have that. They do have that tradition, and I totally get where you're coming from with that. To be honest. Whoa. Tottenham is a challenge always. Spurs doing a little bit better here, but Liverpool looking to break up that play, and they're going to break. And now it's Eriksen who's broken it up, but well won by Mane. Such a hard-working team, Liverpool. And that's a lot of it, isn't it? That is a lot of it. The hard work that comes with being successful. Mark, Ozil was a disgrace today. 350k a week for that rubbish, says Amy Massey. Here's Salah. He's offside. I said to you before, when we were talking about Bruno Fernandes and whether he ends up at Spurs or Manchester United or anybody else, I think that he would work in most Premier League clubs. I don't think Liverpool or Manchester City would need him as a first teamer, but I think he'd be a very good player for their squad. But I think for Arsenal and Chelsea and Manchester United and Spurs, he would walk into those teams and massively improve them. I really do believe that. And look, you know, he's my dream signing. I won't believe it till it happens. I don't like how quiet it's gone, if I'm honest. It has gone a bit quiet with him. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Build a bonfire chant is brilliant, says a dead channel, haven't heard it. Mark, don't you think it's Jedson Fernandes and not Bruno that Spurs are after? Any news, I'll let you know, pal, said Jamie. I think we're just waiting on his press conference to see if he talks about it, Jamie, but I think what will actually happen is he'll just refuse to answer questions about it anyway. That's my theory. I don't know about yours. .28 minutes gone. Anybody been watching The Witcher on Netflix? I've rather enjoyed it, to be honest with you. Jingle bells. No, you can't sing that. No jingle bells. Christmas is over. Liverpool at the moment. Spurs be very happy with this so far. A draw for them would be a very good result. But I think Mourinho's... I just do wonder about Mourinho and whether he's got it in him to... I said this in... do subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're trying to get up to 112,000 today. But I did say this in the game yesterday, in my preview yesterday, about has Mourinho got anything left? Because I think Jose Mourinho is a very good manager, but I don't think he's one of the world's best managers anymore. Today, if he could beat Liverpool, would be like the Mourinho Cup, wouldn't it? It would be, I'm back. I'm the man who beats Klopp, who nobody could do. It would be, for Spurs, would it make a massive difference to their season? Maybe not, but it would be massive for Mourinho, a big statement. Spurs defending well again there. Nothing doing yet. Best big chances of the game going to Liverpool thus far. Got a good chance at right at the start of the game, in fact. But Spurs looking a little bit of a threat on the break. They've not actually done anything on the break yet. They've had a couple of shots, but no real big chance. Van Dijk had a great chance from a Henderson cross, really close to the goal. I think it may well have been flagged offside if it had happened, but it remains 0-0. Kevin Scott says, I love The Witcher. The non-linear storyline is a bit weird, mind you. Yeah, I'm on episode 3, I think, and I've just figured out that the time doesn't match, so I don't know what's going on. We'll have to wait and see out with that. I might watch another one. Mark, are you on the Titanic too after this window? Says Unheard. I tell you, I love it. I'll love it if we sign Bruno Fernandes. I will, absolutely good. Can I get a shout out, Goldbridge? Says Nick Clips. You've just done it. Mark, you have a love-hate relationship with Zayn, says David. Yeah. Is the Van der Beek rumours true? Says Teal Dior. I don't think so. I don't see that happening till the summer. Mark, Rio put out a tweet saying Bruno, then eyes emoji with a timer. Bruno's agent liked the tweet. Don't that give any reference to him joining United, says Ciaran. We can't really judge social media as a reason to understand it. But you'll be surprised by the quality of player that wants to come to our club, says Darth Maul. We will be surprised. 32 minutes gone. It's not been the cracking game. And Zed Jamie says Ollie's just said that he's been backed by Woodward and the Glazers. Well, he's pro the Glazers, isn't he? He's obviously that. Surely Brandon Williams is ahead of Shaw now, says David Salter. Mark, Sky Sports said Tottenham are trying to hijack the Jedson Fernandes deal from West Ham and not the Bruno Fernandes deal. Good. Good. Does that make you Spurs fans feel happy though? Does it? Mark, why did you time me out? I don't time people out on United Stand. Do you think I'm doing people's live chats while I'm doing the live stream? I read the chats. I haven't got time to be clicking and timing people out or blocking them. I don't do it. So asking me about it is silly because I don't do it. What are your views on Prince Harry? And says Andy Dawes. I don't really have any views on that. And Faithlin says, I'm happy, but I'm still Ollie out. And Giovanni says, I love Liverpool. Okay, somebody has to. Somebody has to. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new and keep sharing the video. It'd be nice to get 4,000 people watching tonight. That's Football is everybody's welcome on here. Do lots of watch-alongs and do a bit of Football Manager, do a bit of FIFA, previews, general football chat. So yeah, get involved. Link is in the video description. Subscribe bottom right-hand corner and smash a like on the video. Salah's into the box, pass 1, pass 2. And Spurs do clear. They're hanging on a little bit at times, Spurs. Mane takes it down. Look at the way Liverpool knock it about, though. They're such a threat in and around that box. Here's Firmino. Robertson. Eriksen clears. And they go back to the goalkeeper. So 35 minutes gone. Oh, dear. Firmino on the ball here. Liverpool looking for that chance. Cross comes in again. Mane into the ground, over the bar with the volley. Klopp rubs his head. Liverpool certainly shading it, but not in front. Spurs game plan, Mourinho game plan. You can tell it's about a clean sheet and then a win. Try and nick something on the break, but keep a clean sheet, keep yourself in the game, and then try and spring something on the attack. Can Mourinho pull off a win? This would not be up there with the great win of 2 legs over Barcelona with his Inter side, but it would be one of his most significant wins of his recent career, where many people think, myself included, that Mourinho's best days are over. This would be, for Mourinho, a renaissance. A relevancy statement if they could do it. I don't think they can, but I think Liverpool will win this. Zane says, Mark, I think the new Spurs stadium was a waste of money as much as the Millennium Dome. Well, he is an Arsenal fan. I heard what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said about the Glazer chant, Austin. He said we all need to stick together. United have signed a centre-back in every season since Van Gaal, yet we are so thin at centre-back position. Bought Bailly, Rojo, Blind, Lindelof, Maguire and youth players. Says Udit Naga. And Ricardo Mitchell says, don't get hype about Jedson. Isn't he a bench player? This might be a goal for Liverpool. Firmino. It is a goal. It's a goal for Liverpool. It has been coming. And Ricardo Mitchell says, would you prefer Bruno, but we'd never pay. Need a striker before midfielder, then probably a winger. I think he's talking about Spurs. And unfortunately, Ricardo, you are 1-0 down. It has been coming. It has been coming, I've got to say. 1-0 Liverpool. They've just been getting a lot of ball in the box because of how deep Liverpool have been... how deep Spurs have been playing. And it was always a matter of time as to when the it's always a matter of time if it drops to them in a decent situation, and it's dropped to Firmino and he's made it 1-0 and it is 1-0 to Liverpool. I don't know whether they're going to check some VAR there. But that looks like it's handball by Dele Alli, so why would that be anything to do with it? No, goal's been given. 1-0. Possible handball check for VAR. Everyone's having a drink of water. Now, can somebody explain to me in the live comments if there is a handball by the opposition player, which there looks like there is, how can you take that away from Liverpool? Because you give a penalty, I suppose, but it's not a deliberate handball. Weird. Yeah, they've given the goal. You know, how can you not give the goal for that? Hits Dele Alli on the arm. Not deliberate. I don't get that. I really don't get that. 1-0 to Liverpool anyway. They're in front. And on the balance of play, it's only probably what they... Well, it is only what they've deserved. I think Spurs' tactics under Mourinho have been to sit back and soak up the pressure and try and hit on the break. And If it works, it's genius. If it doesn't work, what are you going to do when you go 1-0 down? And that's the question that is now awaiting Jose Mourinho. How do you respond when you've set your team up to park the bus and hit them on the break? Well, you know, you're at home now. The pressure is there. Can they get back into it? And he's going to give a yellow card here as well. Another yellow card. Chamberlain this time. On Lucas Moura. Tripped him up. Didn't really look like there was much in it, to be honest. I've got to be fair to the Ox there. It didn't look like it should have been a yellow card, but it is a yellow card. Now, can Spurs, 1-0 down, create anything? Because the way the game's gone, I'm not so sure they can. Six minutes to half time. Zane says it's a goal because he's an Arsenal fan and he likes it. It would be very interesting to watch Bruno's reaction after tonight's game for Sporting, Mark, says Chloe Jenkins. If he plays, Chloe, I think it's an 8 o'clock game, so we will know very soon if he's going to be even part of that squad. If he's not, I think it's time to get excited. If he is, it's time to watch his reaction afterwards, like you say. Ding, ding, ding. The rule is stupid. The goal for West Ham should have been a goal, but Liverpool's when it hits Van Dijk arm is a goal. So inconsistent this season. Don't think VAR is being used properly. Zane says, Mark, Mourinho is like the village bicycle using clubs and leaving them in a state when he leaves them. Change the score, Mark, says Soccermex. Yes, I do need to change the score. Thank you for reminding me about that one. I didn't change the score, did I? And that's not acceptable. And I'm glad you've told me because I've let myself down and everybody else. You do need to change the score. Definitely. Liverpool on the attack again. They're looking good now. They're looking like they're the better team. Which they are. There's no shadow of a doubt about that. Liverpool looking in control. And Spurs not able to get out their half at the moment. Liverpool just knocking it around, looking like champions elect. I mean, I just don't see anybody. I think the Etihad game is a game that somebody could beat them, but I think everybody else is going to struggle against them. Although I think United will do a better job than Spurs are doing at the moment. At least we've got players on the break like Rashford and Martial. I just think that Spurs really don't look like they've got anything to hurt this Liverpool side. They have got Son on the break, but they're not working it well enough to get the ball to him. Liverpool, the thing about Liverpool is they've got good players, as we already know. They have got good players, but they've also got players that are fast on the break. And it's Salah into the box, opens up. Oh, I thought he'd scored. He puts it wide. But that's with Salah's got about 4 Spurs players on him there, and he still battles and wins the ball in a 50-50 against Davinson Sanchez, who basically slips on his arse, and Salah gets the shot off. Mourinho will not like that. That sort of defensive misshapen defence. Right, I'm working on bringing in the change of the score for you. Should be happening any second now. Do 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 do. Add sauce. Media file. Give me that. 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 Give me that thing. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that thing. There we go. 1-0. Come on. I've got nearly 4,000 people watching, which is great. I haven't heard Ollie's interview yet. Zane says, Mark, we recruited Mourinho to destroy Spurs and it's working. Yeah, but you're not doing much better. 6 points behind Manchester United now, and we've got like a 13 better goal difference. So Arsenal fans can sit down tonight. Just going to check this now. United Extra. So Ollie said about Bruno Fernandes, I can't talk about individuals that play for other clubs, but I've got to say I do have the backing. We do have the backing to do something if the right thing comes up in the window. The owners and Edders, the owners and Ed, they know that what we're building towards. So it's not. It's exactly what we thought, really. I'm not going to talk about players that. And a header there from Lucas Moura, and he gets a corner. It's pretty much what we thought that Ollie was going to say. Corner for Spurs then. Can they get back into this game? They're 1-0 down. Liverpool, not really a team that struggles with the high ball. And a goal kick there as Lucas Moura wins another high ball. He's quite good in the air, Lucas Moura, for a small lad. He does do quite well in the air. But he's headed that wide. It wasn't much of a chance anyway. And we're about to hit half time as well. Mm-hmm. 3 minutes added on. Thanks. Long ball through. Andy Robertson can't keep it in. So we're looking at this being 1-0 to Liverpool at half time. And Spurs are going to have to find a better solution in this second half. Without a shadow of a doubt. How many times have I said without a shadow of a doubt tonight? Let me know. 47 minutes. To be honest with you, I've just been like sort of editing a few fan cams whilst looking at your live comments and watching this game. I'm done now, so I'm ready to sit back and enjoy this game. And I feel like I haven't missed anything. Liverpool have just been patient. They've had the better chances. They've worked towards getting that chance, which they've then scored. They could have had two more before that. Firmino could have scored in the first few minutes. They hit the post. Van Dijk had a chance. Maybe it would have been offside, but it was still a good chance. Then Firmino scored. Their passing has been neat and tidy. And Spurs have been run ragged, really. And I think, I think it's very obvious what the tactics of Jose Mourinho are. They are to try and keep a clean sheet and nick a goal at the other end, but that's not going to work. So he's going to have to change it at half time. And at the moment, Liverpool are just too dominant against a side that looks like it's low on confidence. Klopp's legged it into the dressing room. That is half time, so I will stop the timer there. But that's my assessment on it. I'd like to see what your lot assessment of the game is so far. I just think that it's been subpar from a Tottenham point of view, and I think they've got to do much more in this second half because that's not good enough. And I'm sure you don't want to get smashed, but you know, it's it's not the end of the world if you go if as long as you try, and they're not doing that. It's a bit of a bore, says Craig Mitchum, and I think I expected a little bit more. And the danger with this for Mourinho is that, has his record been that good since he came to Spurs? And the honest answer is no. It's not. It's been okay. It's not been terrible, but it's been okay. And he needs to do more with regards to this second half. But the tactic is, let's just sit back, soak up some pressure and hit them on the break. And it's not going to work because Liverpool have just been... It's been easy for Liverpool so far. I think the amount of comment spam here is ridiculous, says Pizza Guy. I just ignore it, mate. And everyone missing the throw-in leading to goal. It was a clear Spurs throw, not Liverpool, says Baby Yoda. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know why VAR would not go and check it. It's another failing of VAR, I suppose, and I will have to see it at half-time, but I think that I've seen VAR go back for fouls and everything. I suppose it depends how far before it was. But I can also say that, is that what Spurs fans have become, that they've got to look for a throw-in that should have been theirs that led to a goal? You've got to be a little bit more than that. I think on the balance of play, Liverpool deserve to win, to be in front of that half, and Spurs' tactics are not good enough. We're just letting them play, says Ricardo Mitchell. No intensity, dominating midfield, shoddy defending. This tactics works in an away leg in the Champions League, but not in this game. Our bench is also not good enough. So problems for Spurs. Mark, let's talk about how good Rolo desserts are, says Michael Dunn. I don't really like Rolo desserts. I've got to be honest. I do not like Rolo desserts. They get stuck in my teeth. They irritate me, and I think I have a bit of an allergy to sugar. So I do not like Rolo desserts. You can stick them, Rolo desserts, up your arse. Ollie asked about Bruno, Mark. Yes, I know. And his reply was pretty much what we predicted. That he said that I don't talk about players from other clubs, but I have had the backing of Woodward and the Glazers. Would you do a watch-along for Sporting if Bruno plays? No, because it's Saturday night, and I'm going to get on it, have a takeaway and watch a film. Because it's been a very, 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 very busy week for me. And the family deserves to get some time with me. But yeah, it has been a busy week. So look, unless something breaks about United. Nico B says VAR doesn't check throw-ins, you salty donkey. Nico, I hope you're not saying that against me, because I wasn't being salty. But yeah, please do subscribe to the channel if you are new in the bottom right hand corner. We are trying to get up to 112,000 subscribers today, and we are currently, if I can tell you the factual score, we are currently on, hurry up, we are 30 subscribers away. We can definitely do this at half time. If you are watching, please share the video. There's a share button underneath. You can share it on Twitter and Facebook. We have got nearly 4,000 people watching. If you subscribe, if you haven't, in the bottom right hand corner, that number on my right will change to a 112 instead of a 111. And that would be great. But do keep getting involved. I don't know what watch-alongs to do over the next week, actually. I was looking midweek. I was thinking, what are the FA Cup ties on telly? I'll obviously be doing Man United Wolves on the United Stand, but is there any FA Cup games on Tuesday? Because we might do that. Klopp has built a super team. Fair play to him, says Jay United. I think that what interests me about this Liverpool team, and I feel like I've been saying it for a long time now, certainly been saying it for 18 months, if he gets a couple of injuries, he's going to be in all sorts of trouble. And then they don't get the injuries. They just don't get the injuries, do they? So I don't get why they don't. I think a lot of it's to do with their recruitment and how well they use. Spurs versus Borough is on the BBC, says Neil Jones. I presume Manchester United versus Wolves is on the BBC as well. Can I do Spurs versus Borough as a watch-along? Oh, my life. I don't think I can. I don't think I can do Spurs. they're so bloody boring, aren't they? They used to be quite interesting to watch under Poch, but they are quite boring, aren't they? It's not just me. We've hit 112,000 subscribers. Thank you, everybody. Please keep subscribing. Bottom right-hand corner. Kante to Real Madrid might actually happen, says David JS. And imagine if they got Kante and Pogba. That would be a hell of a midfield. I'm drinking Carlsberg because I'm a Liverpool fan. Now, I like to drink Carlsberg because it's green, and against the green screen, it just disappears. I drink Carlsberg because I don't do the shopping, and it's cheap at Aldi, I presume, because that's where the wife goes and shops. She wants to shop at Marks and Spencer's, but I don't let her. She gets 20 quid to do the weekly shopping because... No, I'm only joking. Aldi's a good place to shop. Man United's on BT Sports. That's good. Alisson and Fabinho have been injured for a while. Yep. I think more the front three, if I can be specific, because I know Liverpool have had injuries at the back. I think Joe Gomez has been injured. Obviously, Fabinho's been injured. And they've got a lot of depth in the midfield. They've basically got 6 midfielders that would get into most top 6 sides. So, but their front three, Mane, Salah, and Firmino. I think if one of those or 2 of those got injured, you'd be in trouble, wouldn't you? Anyway, it is a bloody Liverpool stream, so I can have a Carlsberg. Mata was good today, says Anuk. Yes, he was. Duns is good if you live in Ireland. Nothing on Bruno, the boyo. I think what we're waiting with Bruno Fernandes now is whether he plays for Sporting Lisbon tonight at 8 o'clock. Yeah. United's next league game is Liverpool, but we're playing midweek against Wolves in the FA Cup replay. Mark, Liverpool are just too good. How can they be stopped? Says no one. It's just, you know, I hate to say this as a Manchester United fan, but at the moment Liverpool are too good. They are too good. They're going through their spell. It's everybody else's job to negate that spell. If Pep stays at Man City, they will negate it next year, because I still think Liverpool at their best against Man City at their best, there's not much in it. You could say Liverpool or Man City, it's up to you. For me, I think Man City might be better than Liverpool actually at their best, but there's not much in it, and whichever way you go, I'm not going to argue with you. Man City this season have just been inconsistent. They've had a few injuries, their heads have dropped, and Liverpool have been dominant, and they've not been able to keep up with them. But if Man City buy well in the summer, which is what they're apparently going to do, and Pep stays, then next season Man City might stop Liverpool winning it again. So, which would be good, because we don't want them to win it again and level up with our 20. So I think Man City are the only team that can stop Liverpool at the moment. But how long will Liverpool's dominance last? You know, will Liverpool go and sign a Sancho in the summer that gives them longevity? Will Mane and Salah stay at Liverpool, or do they have aspirations of playing for a Barcelona or Real Madrid, which is what happened to Manchester United? We had Cristiano Ronaldo. We played 2 Champions League finals in a row. We won 2 Premier League titles in a row, 08, 09. 2 Champions League finals. We lose to Barcelona and he goes to Real Madrid. We were the best team in the world, really, with Barcelona. And he went to Real Madrid. And he went to Real Madrid because it was his boyhood dream to play for Real Madrid. You can't do anything about that. So it's difficult. And will Liverpool face that with any of their star players? Does Van Dijk, does Mane, does Salah have an aspiration to play for a Barcelona or a Real Madrid? Because if they do, there's nothing you can do about it. But I don't know that they do. Chuck 10 quid on a Liverpool unbeaten season at 16-1, says Ricardo Mitchell. I think the only game that really stands out to me that might be a problem for Liverpool is the Man City Etihad game. Because if I'm right, they've already played at Old Trafford. They've already played at Stamford Bridge. They're now playing at Spurs. I think they've won at Leicester. I can't see where they're going to not. They've got to lose to lose the Invincibles. So Arsenal fans, it's squeaky bum time. United fans thinking they're going to get Sancho, says Blue Minter. I'm not one of them. Real and Barca spoil players, says Adichie Cordy. Now, you know what? I'm a United fan, but I would like it if none of Liverpool players did want to go there. It pissed me off with Ronaldo. Why do these players want to go and play for Real Madrid and Barcelona? It's not even the best league in the world now. They're not even the best teams in in Europe now. It's just a status thing. I would love that to end. I would love that to end. Would you rather domestic treble or invincible, says Dano Jr. How does that work? So domestic treble is the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup and the Premier League, or invincible? Well, what's invincible? Do you win the league if you're invincible? What I'm saying is you could draw every game and get relegated. Or you could finish mid-table. So I think what you're saying is invincible and win the league, or domestic treble. It's a good question if you're saying that, Dano. To me, I would rather win the treble, I think. Yeah. More trophies, isn't it? Trophies are more important. I don't value the invincibles because Arsenal drew 12 games, and I think, if you win most of your games, it's special. I think if Liverpool win it, I think if Liverpool win the invincibles, it will be better than Arsenal's, and that's what Arsenal are worried about. Because if Liverpool win the invincibles and the league, they ain't going to draw 12 games doing it. They've only drawn one game. They've won every other game. So Arsenal's invincibles may as well get in the bin if Liverpool do the invincibles, because Liverpool aren't going to draw even 5, I don't think. They're going to win most of their games. So Arsenal fans, be worried. Zero Blade. Trophies are what counts in the end. Domestic treble. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. If you don't know what That's Football's all around, it's a fan channel for everybody. We do a lot of watch-alongs. We do have like special football shows that go up that are about 10-minute long. Premier League previews. Do a bit of Football Manager, bit of FIFA. A lot of that's going to come back in February because January is such a busy month with transfers, etc. So subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner, and get involved. When we are live, we just watch games and have a chat and stuff, and that's how it works. So get involved. Enjoy doing it. Rather go invincible. Look how little people will value City's domestic treble, says Robin Young. Yeah, but look at how little people value Arsenal's invincibles. The only people who love that are Arsenal. I don't value their invincibles. Mourinho having a selfie. I think he gave him a shit selfie by the looks of it. As a Liverpool fan, I want Man United's treble. I don't value being undefeated. It's about trophies, says Steve Johnson. Yeah, well, we talked about that last week, didn't we? I mean, I would hate Liverpool to do our treble. You know, FA Cup, Champions League and Premier League. It was epic. It was special. It was once in a lifetime. I don't think I'll see that again. Not as a Manchester United fan, I don't think I'll see it again. So I certainly don't want to see Liverpool doing it or Man City doing it. I thought Man City might do it last year. So yeah, Ty from AFTV absolutely loves it. JT Music FDW, he absolutely loves it. And Des Faith says if Liverpool become invincible, that's it for Arsenal. The fans won't really have anything to cling on to as proof that Arsenal are a big relevant club. Liverpool coming back out for the second half here. And Elijah Sassoon says, anything more on Bruno? My dad and brother support Spurs, and if they get him, I'm going to get bantered till the day I die. Well, there's a lot of talk about it. The next big thing for Bruno is whether he plays for Sporting Lisbon at 8 o'clock tonight. That's the next big thing. So watch out for team news, because it should be coming out soon, actually. I don't know how quick they do it. So I'm going to keep an eye on Twitter for Sporting Lisbon, actually, in the second half. Ollie has basically said he's not going to talk about players from other clubs, and there is talk as the second half kicks off that the Fernandes story that beIN Sports started about Spurs may be to do with Jedson Fernandes and not Bruno Fernandes. So we will see. I suspect we will see. In fact, I know we will see. So we're 16 seconds in. Can Spurs get anything in the back? Can Spurs get anything in the back end? I've only had a couple of sips. Can Spurs get anything in the second half? For me, Mourinho has got to change it in this second half. He's got to not sit back so much, and he's got to play on the front foot a little bit more. And he might do here. Lucas Moura. Ref's giving a goal kick, and I think Moura should have gone down there. I think that's poor from Martin Atkinson. I'll say this to anybody. Lucas Moura gets away from his man here. Gets away from Henderson. Henderson sort of trips him up a little bit. He carries on and gets a shot off. And I think if he goes down, he gets a free kick in a decent position. But it's that honesty, isn't it? This is why people say, oh, you shouldn't dive. But actually, you probably should dive. Because Mark, I'm sorry, says Easy Eddie. Well, what have you done? Eriksen swap deal for Bruno. There's no way Christian Eriksen's going to go and play for bloody Sporting Lisbon. They can't bloody afford it for a start. Spurs starting off a little bit livelier in this second half though. Bazzi says it was Jedson Fernandes that Spurs were linked to. This is what it feels to be lonely. It's funny, I'm just looking on Twitter and there are some people tweeting out, have that Goldbridge, you said we can't sing about Woodward and we've done it. Well done. I don't take any credit for it at all. I think United fans started singing out about it because they wanted to sing about it. But if they're singing about it because I've said I don't hear them ever singing about it, great. But I think they've done it off their own back. Mane's on the break. Rashford's the youngest person to hit 200 appearances after George Best and Giggs, says Adam Wilnot. Good, that's good to hear. Mike Whitehead says, I told you about Jedson Fernandes earlier on the United stand, but you just blanked it. Cheers, pal. You ever considered that the United stand live comments is quicker than Marcus Rashford on Red Bull? I might not have read it. Jose out, says Zachary Buddington. I mean, look, when Jose Mourinho got the job at Spurs, I said that he was done. And Salah's in the box again. This could be a worrying time. What a cross. Mane's on the back post. Another good cross. Wide. Trent Alexander shoots wide. TAA shoots wide. But when Spurs got Mourinho, I was really happy because I couldn't wait for him to get out of United. Very, very hard man to like when he's destroying your football club. But when he's not destroying your football club, he's a very easy man to like because he's box office. He's personable. But I did say it, that I don't think that Jose Mourinho will get back to where he was one of the best managers in the world, if not the best at one point. So I think he's on the decline, but I still think that he wants to be involved in football and be... Because Mourinho, look, I'm not saying this in a bad way, Mourinho is his own biggest fan. It's all about him. That's why he was so good when he was so good. But I just don't think he's got it anymore. I think he's... I don't know what he has got, but I don't know what he's aspiring to be personally, because we all know Mourinho as the the special one, the winner of Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues. Does he still think he can do that? Do we still think he can do that? Or do we need to go, let's be fair to Jose, if he gets top 4 with Spurs, that's a great achievement. Or does he think he's better than that? Or is he happy that that's his standard now? And can we, as the public, accept that that's his standard now? I think it's just a reassessment of where Mourinho is. And maybe he does see that, because he said that with United, when we finished second, that's one of the biggest achievements of his career, which sounds odd for a guy who won a Champions League with Porto and has done all the things that he's done. But I don't see this ending well for Spurs. I don't. He's at the wrong team, says Obi, but I don't think it will end well for Spurs and Mourinho. Even though in many ways Spurs don't win trophies, so they should be happy with what Mourinho can deliver. But I also think, the Harry Kane injury is going to be a big blow to them. But Spurs have had opportunities this season already with Mourinho there to close the gap on the top 4, to get into a top 4 race. They're not going to win the Champions League. They're not in the Europa League. And if they don't get top 4, they're not in the Champions League next year. United and Arsenal are lucky. We might not get top 4, but we can get into the Champions League through the Europa League. And I think if Spurs were in the Europa League, they could probably get in that way. But the only way Spurs are going to get in the Champions League next year is by winning it, which they can't do. I don't think they can get top 4. So Mourinho's going to be presiding over a team that's going to have to go backwards to go forwards. And are Spurs going to be patient towards that? Anuj says, you say it as if United wins titles every year. No, I say it as if Manchester United do win trophies regularly. Spurs don't. Like, what trophies have Spurs won? What was the last thing that Spurs won? Was it a League Cup under Glenn Hoddle or something? I don't know. I can't remember Spurs winning any trophies, to be honest. But even in our crap times, we've won a Carabao Cup, a Europa League, an FA Cup. They're not good enough, but we have won a title in the last 10 years as well. I like Spurs, but they're not a team or a fan base that can say we're about winning any trophies, because you're not. So Mourinho should work in many ways, but I think what Spurs are about is Champions League football, which they've had quite consistently under Pochettino. So yeah, you might not win trophies, but if you're not going to win trophies under Mourinho, you've got to get Champions League. And I think you might have to be patient. I think this season might be blank and Europa League next year. And I don't think Spurs want to go backwards, do they? Apparently they've won the Audi Cup, says Gravity Lace. Do I think Pochettino will be United's manager at some point? I don't know. I do think that the club desperately want to stick by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I don't know what the limit is to push him out the door. I mean, realistically, we were always going to beat Norwich today. So does that mean, everything's fine again after being embarrassed midweek? What happens about playing Liverpool next week if we lose at Anfield? Should he be sacked? Mourinho was. I don't know. Liverpool are going to do a Real Madrid and win 3 Champions Leagues on the bounce, as Keenan Lewis. I do think that Liverpool will win the Champions League this year again. Or Man City. I don't see any of the European sides good enough to stop those two teams. And Man City do have a problem in the Champions League. So Liverpool's work rate might be enough. There's not a United Stand show at 8 o'clock tonight, Sahil. There might be a United Stand live with me later on if there's any developments around Bruno Fernandes, but there's fan cams and player ratings going up through the next couple of hours, so I wasn't planning on doing an 8 o'clock show. But 10:30 tonight, there might be some news coming out. There sometimes is, so we'll keep it open. First 10 minutes of this half then. Spurs have been a little bit more on the front foot, but not really causing any problems for Liverpool at the moment. Cameron Boone says, win if you came here from the kickoff. Well, thanks, pal. Will Liverpool tire towards the end of the season, says Banter, not anger. No, I actually don't think that, actually. It's a good point. I don't know what you lot think, but I don't think that they will. Because I think what Liverpool... Look, they're in a very, very good situation. There is nobody to compete with them. And I think their points tally has been brilliant. But if you think about the end of last season, Man City won the league by winning their last however many games, and Liverpool won all their games, and it was an amazing finish. But Liverpool have just carried it on this year, and Man City have dropped off. So I think Man City could have gone with Liverpool this year, but they've lost that consistency, and Liverpool have had it. And it's allowed them to build this massive gap that basically has won them the title. So I think by February, March, Liverpool will have had will have won the title. So if that's the case, they can, in the league, they can rest players. Spurs on the attack here. Aurier! Good shot. Saved by the keeper. So they can rest players when they've won the league, and then that makes them sharper for the Champions League, doesn't it? So Mark, if Liverpool were to draw Real Madrid in the Champions League, Madrid would pull them down again. What do you think, says David? I don't know. I'm not so sure. I think that United... sorry, not United. I think the Premier League is stronger than any other league in the world at the moment. Good game this at the moment. Next goal is going to be key. Looks like it's going to be Liverpool's. Oh, what a tackle that was by Davinson Sanchez. Now Spurs are breaking quite well. Dele Alli, you're a prat. Absolutely crap getting caught in possession there. Firmino straight at the goalkeeper. It's getting stretched this game now. Ricardo Mitchell says Poch would suit United like ice cream on a hot summer's day. You have reservations about no wingers, but that was at the end to help preserve Kane. For the first 3 years he had wingers like old United. I can only be honest. I don't think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer long term is the right man for Manchester United, but at the moment I don't see anything changing. There's no news on Bruno Fernandes at the moment. If you don't know any news from Thursday, there's loads of news. It depends what your cut-off point is. But in the last hour, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has refused to comment on it. So there's no real news on it from early this morning. It's been a hectic 24 hours, hasn't it? What I am going to do is just have a quick look. Online. Sporting de Lisbon. No, surely Sporting Lisbon have got a Twitter page. You're having a bloody laugh. Just search it. Don't do anything else. Sporting Lisbon. Spurs on the attack here with Aurier. A shot wide there from Son, and it's going to go for a corner. Reports that Bruno Fernandes may be hours away from joining Manchester United. Let me have a read of that for you then. Give you that story. That's come out in the last hour, so this could be breaking news. Sporting Lisbon's Bruno Fernandes may be hours away from joining Manchester United, according to reports from Portugal. After it was confirmed this afternoon that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer might feel and travel to Portugal to watch him. Manchester United would be wary of getting too excited about the news after renowned a deal was done in the past. Okay. Why does Sporting not have a bloody Sporting? Bloody twats. Why don't you have an official Twitter page? They must have an official Twitter page. I found it. They're called Sporting Club de Porciel. So I'm just going to keep on their page now and just see if they put any team news out at some point. It seems logical. It seems to work. And Eric has just given me a page as well, which I'm also going to check through the second half, because I'm sure they kick off at, maybe they kick off at a different time. We'll keep an eye on. We'll keep an eye on when they're gonna when are they gonna play. Rashford's taking a knock against Norwich. Spurs doing quite well this second half without really creating any chances, so they're not doing that well really, are they? Liverpool can defend a lead as well. That's something that champions are made of. Boom, boom, boom. Duncan Castles is just saying that Sporting representatives are already back in Portugal after their meeting with Manchester United yesterday, so it doesn't really add anything to it. Sporting's match is at 8:30. Duncan Castles has just tweeted that he understands that the Sporting representatives are already back in Portugal after the meeting with Manchester United yesterday, which would mean that they're not meeting with Spurs, I suppose. And it's 8:30 kickoff for Sporting, so team news probably won't be coming out for another 40 minutes or so. Liverpool just knocking it about here at the moment, and they do look a little bit comfortable, don't they? Liverpool on the attack with Mane. Looking at the second goal. Robertson. Oh, it's a corner. Harry Ralton says, will Bruno Fernandes play for Sporting Lisbon tonight? I'm just going to get my big mystic ball out, or balls, and give him a rub. Yes, I think he will play. I don't think this deal's close. I don't. I think a discussion's been had yesterday. I think United have said, we won't be held to ransom. I think Sporting have said, we want a certain amount. United are going to play the long game. Sporting have said, well, let them play the long game. Bruno Fernandes will play tonight. So I don't think that anything's going to happen soon. And I think he will play tonight. Stuart Wallace, missed my super chat. Sorry, Stuart. I was looking at something else. Gold, peace, prosperity. Mark, could you do a Football Manager episode with Man United trapped with Phil Jones and 10 of his clones for their entire career? Can you clone people on Football Manager? Haaland lost his first game today, Mark. 2-0, says Charlie Welsh. Good. That's always good to hear. We are united at the end of the day. Baby Yoda says Van Dijk is overrated as hell. Mane has a header. Gazzaniga just saves it with his palm. Liverpool looking at that second goal at the moment. I like watching Ollie. He cringes me out worse than Peep Show, says Carl Strauss. You know, Peep Show was something that I watched last year, and I just binge watched it over a couple of months, and I really did enjoy it. So many episodes of it. Nasty by Robertson, but he did get the ball first. It's just unlucky on Aurier. Craig Watson's having a Morgans and Coke. I'm not doing United Stand at 8 o'clock tonight, JW. I'll probably do a video maybe more around 10:30. Just the Bruno Fernandes update thing. Because we've got fan cams and everything still going up. So it just doesn't work to do an 8 o'clock show when there's been a game. I'll tell you what I have started watching that a lot of people say is really good. But I think it's okay. But I do find it a little bit odd. Friday night dinner. I mean, it's alright. But I just find it a little bit... There's something about it that just doesn't make me like it as much as I think I probably should. Liverpool look like they're going to get the second goal at the moment. Spurs were doing okay, but Liverpool have gone up a gear at the moment and their quality is showing. And Mane just leaves Eriksen for dead. And then it's back into the keeper's arms. Thanks, Dan Barrow, for the Sporting Lisbon Twitter. Tahanduka Timothy says, if Tottenham get serious, they can beat Liverpool. Time to get serious, Spurs. But this is what I always talk about with United. If you watch Liverpool at the moment, they're having wave after wave of attack. United don't do this. It's this counter-attacking stuff, which doesn't mean you can't score goals and win games, but it's not as exciting as watching a team having wave after attack. I've done the IT Crowd T-Mill. I binge watched that a few years ago. Eriksen is shit, isn't he? Debbie, Elder and Helder. You're right. I wonder what's going to happen with United and Liverpool next week, actually. Man United fan. He says it's hard to watch Liverpool destroying everyone. I wonder what's going to happen next week, because Liverpool got such a big gap in the league. They're so far ahead of United that the arrogance that they're going to have at Anfield next week, their fans as well, it's going to be very interesting to see how United do in that game. You know, I think Liverpool would be favourites to win, but, you know, favourites to win to such an extent that they might be looking to win it, you know, sort of 3 or 4-0, which would be massive statement time. So Kian MCFC says red for Robertson, just ignored by VAR. No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was a red at all. He stretches for the ball, he gets the ball first, and then because he's took the ball, his studs are up. Double substitution here for Mourinho. Danny Rose coming off for Eric Lamela. And Eriksen coming off for Lo Celso. Could be his last game. I mean, look, they need to get rid of Eriksen. I don't know why they want to keep him other than the fact that he's got some value. He's been atrocious. No wonder Eriksen wants to go and play in Inter Milan. In Milan, sorry, because it's a slower league, isn't it? Mane on the break. Oh, this could be it. This could be it. No. Spurs have got plenty back. And Salah's kept it in. But Spurs have won it back. 20 minutes to go. It's gone very quick this second half. Lo Celso's been a funny signing, hasn't he? He's a good player, but it's not really worked for him yet. Doesn't mean it won't work. I mean, it's only his first season in the Premier League. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. That'll be appreciated. We're currently on 112,000 subscribers, which is fantastic. Keep getting involved. I don't know. We're going to have a quick look, actually. Watch-alongs for the next 7 days. I'm dictated to by you lot, so let me know. Manchester United Wolves will be on the United stand, so I can't do that Wednesday. But give us your thoughts. I'll tell you what, I could devour a Chinese. I could absolutely devour a Chinese. Takeaway. I've got a super chat. Partridge, Snog, marry, avoid. Lynn, Sonia and Michael. Snog, marry, avoid. Well, I'm not going to snog or marry Michael, so I would avoid him. I'll snog Sonia and marry Lynn, but not do anything else other than that, because I think she'd be very good around the house and company and conversation. She'd just basically agree with anything you say. 20 minutes to go. It's not looking good, Spurs fans, or people who want Spurs to get something out of it, including me, but a draw's not what I wanted today. I wanted Liverpool to get beat. Not going to happen, is it? And Liverpool look more likely to get a second goal here at the moment. Have you been to Anfield, says Bippin. I tell you what, I can honestly tell you. No. I don't think I have been to Anfield. Well, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. I haven't, alright? I haven't. No, I haven't. To all Spurs fans, London is red. We are coming back with Arteta, says Zayn Miasi. You're not, though. You're not, though, are you, Zayn? Let me just have a look at the league table, because I know you're 6 points behind Manchester United now, which is a huge gap, to be honest with you. It is a big gap, 6 points, but beyond that, let's have a look at the league table in relation to Arsenal and Spurs. There's 2 points between you, so yeah, all right. I get you that. But let's have a look who you've both got next in the Premier League. January fixtures. Got Bournemouth and Watford and Villa and Man City tomorrow. They're crap games. So Spurs are away to Watford next Saturday lunchtime. That could be a watch-along. Next week. Son's just missed a right good chance. Bloody hell. He's got to do better than that. Spurs fans have got their heads on their hands. But Spurs coming forward again. That's gone too wide for Son, that. It's a good cross, but there's no one in the middle. So Spurs have got Watford away next week, and Arsenal got to be at home. Home to Sheffield United. That could be tough. So next week, Arsenal could go ahead of Spurs, actually. And then there's midweek games. Arsenal away to Chelsea. Spurs at home to Norwich. So everybody beats Norwich. So Spurs have got 3 points back there. Chelsea, Arsenal. Could probably do with Arsenal getting some points against Chelsea so we can catch them. Because we're home to Burnley. And then it's FA Cup weekend. And then in February it's weird. Saturday the 1st of Feb. Everyone's got a game. And then Saturday the 8th and 9th, not everyone's got a game. Get like a break. Ooh, could go away that weekend. Yes. 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 Talking to myself here. Come on, Spurs. Get a goal now and let's set up a grandstand finish. Come on, you mighty Reds, says Bim Al Rana. Does everybody like this channel, or do you think I should stop doing it? I really enjoy it. I like the fact that we just watch games and interact and have a good chat, but I often wonder if it's worth bothering anymore. I don't play Fantasy Premier League anymore, Vatsal. I used to play it and I used to be bloody good at it. I finished in the top 100 one year, about 8 years ago. I finished in the top 100 in the world. But I used to really take a lot of time analysing it, and now I just don't have the time to do it. Ivan Dowd, did I actually say I could go away that weekend? Yes. I thought I was. You know when you think you're thinking something out. I didn't realise I was talking. Basically, I want to go away for the weekend in February. Just myself, leave the wife and go away with the wife for the weekend. But it's very difficult to do it in the football season. But in February, there is a weekend where half the Premier League don't play and half of it does. So I was going to do it on the 6th because Manchester United are not playing that weekend. But the following weekend, they're not playing till Monday night. So it's basically 2 weekends off. Thanks for all the love. I'm glad a lot of you love it. It's great. We'll keep doing it. I really enjoy it. I really love the chat we have. I mean, when I'm doing the United Stand, I can't start talking about Netflix bloody things or films or crisps because it's just too intense. But on here, we can watch a good game like this and we can have a bit of banter and a chat as well. What's your Saturday night plans, everybody? What are you doing tonight? Have you eaten yet? Are you out? Off out? Gonna watch a film? Gonna watch a box set? Gonna play a bit of games? What are you doing? Saturday evening, what are you doing? Who are you with? I'm off for a lamb lunch with Sean Connery. I'm not really. My plan for the summer with this channel is to do June. I'm excited about it. I'm so excited about June. I want my challenge is to do a watch along every single Euros game, and I might, if he's available, get Xander to help me again, or I might just do the whole lot myself. Liverpool fighting hard to defend here, and they'll come away with the break. To be honest, the watch along for every Euros game is going to be easy in a World Cup because it's smaller. I think it's smaller anyway. It might be the same there because they've increased teams in Euros, ain't they? Debbie Elder's going to watch The Joker. How are you going to do that? It's not in the cinema anymore, is it, Debbie? I don't know. The Chelsea. It's a good cross again, and there's nobody in the box for Spurs. You've got to attack the 6-yard box. Nobody does. Take away FIFA Carlsberg, says Jimmy Ward 86. Rita says you've got 100,000 subscribers and you're asking if it's worth it. Last my arse. Oh, I'm not bothered about that. I've got 50,000 subscribers on my channel. I've not really done anything on it for ages. You've got to feel it. You've got to be able to feel it and feel it's worthwhile. I'm not one of them people who just chucks content out just to be, for whatever reason they do that. I have got to enjoy my content, or I won't do it. What happened to Football Manager, says J David? Nothing. I just did the first episode. Episode 2 will be coming soon, but January's a tough month because it's like if I said to you I'm going to do Football Manager at 1 o'clock on Monday, what if United announced Bruno Fernandes? It's hard in a transfer window. It's very hard to commit to I'm going to do Football Manager, I'm going to do FIFA. Rio Mia says I'm planning on watching Sabrina with a pot noodle. Sad, I know, but I like it. I want to watch The Grey because someone mentioned it the other day, that film with Liam Neeson, and it's not on Virgin, so I bet it's on Amazon. It'll probably be on Amazon to rent or something. I feel like watching that again. I do. It's good. I like it. I feel like watching it. Or I might just watch another couple of episodes of The Witcher. I didn't go to bed till 1:30 last night. I was dropping off. Have you ever done that? Like, you're dropping off, you're watching some telly and you start dropping off to sleep at about 9:30, and you could just let yourself go and that's it. You're going to sleep all the way through. You're dropping off and then suddenly you sort of you force yourself to be awake. Maybe you get up for a piss, and then when you get back into bed, you're not dropping off anymore. And then you stay up for 3 hours. That's what happened to me last night. I was like dropping off at about... Well, it wasn't 9:30 because I did a stream. Well, it might have been about 9:30. Dropping off at 9:30. Got up to the toilet. Goal! Oh, how did he miss? How did he miss that? It's a wonder cross to the back post for Lo Celso. Mourinho is like smiling. And I'm like, how does he miss? What a cross by Aurier. What a cross. That is absolutely brilliant. It's a lovely cross by Aurier. And I don't know how he misses. Lo Celso on the back post. He connects well, but it goes right across the goal. I mean, it's hard because it's bouncing in front of him. It's hard. But, whoa. Nick P says, interesting fan cam on the United stand from a guy who claims to be part of the Red Army, pretty much slating the channel. Flex let him have his say. I'll have a look at that. I'll have a listen to that afterwards. I'm interested about this because what I would say, defending myself, the United stand, and everyone who watches it, is that that's a load of bollocks. How they feel about fan channels is a misconception. I'm not going to watch it now because we're watching this. We've got 10 minutes to go. Well, that chance doesn't matter how good Liverpool are at defending. Doesn't matter how well they've played in this game. That is the chance for Spurs. That was the chance to level it up. And they've not taken it. Silence. I might just. Do you want me to drop the link in the video description for people to watch that video where he slated the United stand? Or not? Nah. Everyone seems to have their day off in front of goal when playing Liverpool, says Sean Byrne. Zane says Spurs is a one-man team with a BTEC Alan Shearer who is injured. Still above you. Don't throw stones when you live in glass houses. Inan Chowdhury says, Zane, it's your father here. Stop using my fecking card. Mark, are you rich? Says Alistair Durham. No. That's good. Oh, Liverpool have got so much effort and so many numbers back. Lovely run here by Robertson. It's a bit end-to-end at the moment, and Robertson's just gone through somebody. I don't know what... They might look at that. Well, Alderweireld actually has not stayed on the ground when he maybe should have done, because it's not been given and it's now play on. Oh, John, I haven't watched it yet, so I'm only reading what people are saying in the live comments. Well, Jay David says he calls it negative. Anyway, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We will probably do... let me just do this while we're live on air. Nobody's giving me any ideas. Watch-alongs for this week, people, was basically the request. Because I like to do one Premier League game a week, but I don't mind doing a midweek one as well. So I'm just going to have a quick look at what's going on midweek. I'm not doing one tomorrow. I'm taking a day off. Got some stuff to do. Monday, Parma versus Lecce. Kiss my arse. Tuesday, you've got Spurs, Middlesbrough. I don't know. I've got to say I'm not tempted. Crap Serie A games as well. Wednesday, I'll be doing Man United Wolves. Thursday, Parma Roma. Forget it. Friday, Fulham Middlesbrough. Kiss my arse. I think the next watch along is going to be Watford Spurs at 12:30 next Saturday. Newcastle Chelsea at 5:30. No, get out. I could do Watford Spurs all the way through to the 3 o'clock kickoffs until 5 o'clock next Saturday. That'd be good. A Super Saturday. And of course, Sunday, bloody Sunday, is all about Liverpool versus Manchester United. Yeah. Tuesday. Next week, I'll do Chelsea Arsenal. Defo. And then United are on Burnley. Yeah, we've got some good one. We've got some good stuff coming through. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. That's what I tell you now. Good shot there from Son. It's held on to by Alisson, who sounds a little bit by Son, but he's got an Ali in front of it. He's Alisson instead of Son. I'd say on the balance of play, Liverpool deserve to win this 1-0. Da, da, da. Liverpool on the attack at the moment. We're about to hit the 90th minute, and a good shot there by Liverpool. I think it was Origi. Good bit of skill by him, to be fair. Skips through a few players. Would have been a cracking individual goal, actually. Spurs coming forward now. Sporting watch along. No, I ain't doing no sporting watch along. And Liverpool have picked it up here. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's made a really weird statement. He says everyone's raving about the Liverpool team that beat Everton, but my league team is on average a year younger. I don't know. Why is he obsessed with youth? Like, you know, if you've got no leaders in your team, they don't grow into a great team. There's no team that was full of youth that grew into a dominant force. You've got to have a mixture of other things involved as well. Lots of people on Twitter saying, how do players miss so many big chances against Liverpool? I've had a few super chats here. Zane says, I saw the guy with Flex. I think he's delusional like Ty and an agent of the Red Devils. I'm going to go and watch it now afterwards. I'm really intrigued to what he's got to say, because at the end of the day, I think there's this boxing off with fan channels where people sort of say that, you know, that they're like, you know, they're like the run, like the United Stand's run by me and Flex and everything like that. But the United, you know, we 4,000 of us just watch this together. It's a community thing. It's not about my opinion's better than your opinion or anything like that. I think it's just a load of bollocks, to be honest. I think to be honest, I think what it is, and I've got a lot of respect for the match-going United fans and especially the away fans, but they do. Some of them, minority, do think they're better than others, and I'm more than happy to say that, because I've been doing this for 5 years and I've had it for 5 years. So, but they're now trying to lump in that statement means all match-going fans, which it doesn't. We should all be united, but they don't like some of the comments that come in. Polar opposites first half shows if you press high and show some impetus, you can challenge most teams. Should have been like this from the start, in my opinion, says Ricardo Martial. Yeah, it's been a much more equal game, with Spurs doing a lot more in the final third in this half, but unfortunately, they're going to run out of time, aren't they? Three minutes are up. He should be about a foot roll the dice here. Blow the whistle. Can Spurs get anything late on? Liverpool should clear it. His whistle should be going in his mouth. Although there's a break here for Liverpool. No, they're not going to go for the corner. They're going to go for the corner. It's going to go for the corner. Well, he's gone over the 3 minutes here. Art Atkinson, another impressive win for Liverpool. No, nothing's going to stop them, is it? And Mourinho loses again. In the last month, he's lost to Lampard, he's lost to Ole, he's lost to Klopp. It must be hurting him. It must be hurting him a lot, to be honest with you. It must be, because how can you not be? Mourinho's lost. He's not been there that long, and he's lost to Ole, Lampard and Klopp. Two of them have been at home. Lots of work for him to do. I think in the first half he went too defensive, and then when he tried to get back into the game, it was too late. That's the story of the game for Spurs. Just a quick reminder, I'll just say there's somebody, to be fair play, they've actually come on the United Stand, but Flex has interviewed somebody who's come on and been quite critical about fan cams. If you go onto the United Stand channel, the person who's done it, I'm about to go and watch it now, it's called Glazers and Woodward, The Problem. The board is the problem, and it's the most recent upload on the United Stand fan channel. So if you want to go and give it a watch, the United Stand fan channel, this most recent one is somebody having a pop at Fan Channel, so I'm going to go and give that a listen to myself now. But thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner, and we'll have some content for you this week. The next definite watch along will be next Saturday, but may well do one Tuesday for Spurs Borough. I don't know whether I can be asked to watch Spurs though. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.